everyone, it's Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and today we're going to be reviewing P-Valley Season 1, Episode 2, Scars, okay? So I got to start with my second fade. Crooked-letter, I still don't even know if I got this right at this point, but I just love saying her name like that. So the episode opens up very interesting, okay? So we're introduced to Corbin, who is tied up, okay? We see Mississippi with her boots. They kind of like some dimes. And, you know, we doing some, like, I was like, is this reverse slavery? Like, what is happening? What is going on? Like, I was, like, very confused. Yeah, we had a little slave role play going on, okay? And then Mercedes pops up in there as well. I was just really confused, but I was like, you know what? Before I can even get into the rest of this recap, my thoughts, review of this episode, shout out to the equality of nudity, the male frontal nudity, okay? I am here for the entire dang on thing. About freaking time that we have a show that not only you can showcase women and all the beautiful parts of their bodies, but show these little mans too and what they working with. And I was like, y'all did that this episode. So we see Corbin raggedy behind, and then we end up seeing after the dialogue exchange that Corbin is actually mixed. His mom was black, his father was white, and so he clearly has identity issues. You know, he looks white, doesn't really come off as black, but clearly his family treated him as if he was black this entire time. So I was just confused because he had that little southern accent at the same time, and I didn't know if he was still doing a role play. That's how he actually talked. But yeah, I was just really confused about that the entire time. So we get a little bit more background on exactly how much trouble Cliff is in. So we see Big L basically opened up some mail. Cliff was not happy about it. And then we find out that Cliff owed $55,000. Talk about this car wash gonna get all this money. Cliff, how? $55,000? If that's what you guys are doing, then I'm pimping out whenever I have kids. They all gonna do a car wash too to pay for this college tuition. I was like, a car wash gonna get you 55 bands? What? Sir, ma'am, I forgot. Cliff. I'm just saying, I was just really confused by the entire thing. Even Big L was looking like, how you gonna get that in 30 days? Like, that don't even make no sense. What are we doing here? Like, what is happening? Are you going to stop being in denial? Are we gonna get this show on the roll? Like, what are we going to do? But can I just say, Cliff looks so beautiful. I love the costume. It kind of gave me like Frida Kahlo vibes, like Frida Kahlo, like kind of just, kind of also too like a mariachi, if you saw someone in a mariachi band, how they were dressed. And then the second outfit, like the rainbow purple wig, Cliff was just laid. I said, honey, you better slay, okay? I want all them little lace fronts. But we see that, Lil Murda keep bothering him. So Lil Murda is bothered, okay? Hot and bothered. They looked like they was hot and bothered from the flashbacks they was giving. We know they didn't do the deed because he said that Cliff was scared of that D. He was scared to get that Lil Murda D. But he up here hiding his car talking about, you know, what's wrong with my music? What happened? You supposed to play my song and this and that, trying to threaten Cliff. And I was just like, sir, if you don't get about this, if you don't get out of Cliff's car, I just cannot with you. Your music is trash. Why don't you go back to the drawing board? Even Cliff tried to tell him like, hey, you're not ready yet. You have some growth to do. Okay. You just need to get a little bit better. But I find it really interesting that Murda actually was giving Cliff some good ideas for how to make the strip club better. Because Murda's like, you ain't got no hookah. Yo, wings get people gas. You saw the strippers had gas. The cook didn't end up quitting. Took all the pots with him, okay? Talking about I'm coming back from my lids. Cliff is losing like a hold of everything. All the scheme that he has to get the people coming to capture checks there, that isn't working. Now he in the kitchen cooking with Big L. I was just like, what is going on right now? You really need to get it together. But when Murda basically talks about cannabis butter, did y'all know that cannabis butter existed? Like, I feel like it would be disgusting. But like how he was making it seem, and you saw him cooking and stuff, I was just like, well, heck, this might actually be good. Talking about you got to pan sear the chicken first and then bake it. I was like, well, he ain't told no lies. I mean, y'all could have also used an air fryer too. That works just fine. It tastes just like fried food, but it's much better for you. But I was like, where did he learn all of these things? But I felt like the suggestions that he was giving Cliff for the pink, I thought it was actually good suggestions, because I was surprised that I didn't see no hookah there either. I was just like, Cliff, you slacking. There's a lot more things that you could be doing that you're not taking advantage of, honey. Just here to tell you that. But we're gonna talk about Mercedes. So Mercedes going on this run, y'all, okay? She's looking good too. I was like, ooh, girl, look at all those little muscles you got. Go ahead, keep like, girl, you make me feel like I'm running too. Then she stopped and paused and looked across the street. And then he was like, hey, Mercedes. And she was like, hey, man, I didn't see you there. And I was like, girl, now you know you stopped to see him. Then when he came from out of that car, I said, well, baby, thank you for stopping to let me look at him a little bit more. Ooh, baby. I'm supposed to be saved. Okay. So he got an ankle bracelet though. But I was like, you know what? At least I know you will always be home waiting and ready. All right. Do you know what I'm saying? Talk about he gonna come see her before she retire. And she talked about how you gonna get out of here and talk about he got somebody to hold his little ankle bracelet for him. I was just so confused. But I was just like, girl, he was cute. He was like, ew, he was cute. But I thought it was really dope that she she's retiring. She wants to open up a gym for her girls that she teaches dance to. I thought that was really cute. Then the dude's gonna come by trying to talk about, I don't know if they talk about the girls dressing their little booty shorts and Mercedes because she was stripping. I don't know, but I was just like, Lord, I'm glad they got this gym because these people just ruthless out here. But I really do. I want to see even more with her relationship with the girls, how she helps them. And also too, I'm sure that probably helps her feel like she has a bigger purpose. And so I'm interested to see how all of that plays out. But we got to get back to her little raggedy mama. So her mama been calling her, harassing her for more money. I'm like, dang, didn't she just give you money when you popped up on her outside of the club? And then she's ignoring her phone calls, and then we see she's about to leave a little ignorant message, but then the lady came in, she gonna change her tone. I'm just like, I tell you, these little shady perpetrating church people. Let me stop though, because that's gonna start a whole argument. I hope my mama ain't watch this. Daddy, if you watching this review, don't show this to mama, okay? Because I don't feel like getting into no arguments this week with her. But we see that the pastor come in talking about, you know, you said you was going, your daughter's supposed to come by and make her contribution, her tithe. I'm like, well, what are y'all fools doing? Send a person, y'all depending on all this coochie coupon money. I'm just trying to understand what is happening. Then he gonna promise her that she could be a part of the pulpit if she gets the stuff to come in so they can get the loan. I was just like, y'all are so raggedy, just disrespectful. But Mercedes, like she said in the episode, she clairvoyant, okay? She got a third eye. She know what is happening. She ends up having a conversation with Cliff because she sees how Cliff reacts when the cook quits, and Cliff almost starts crying. And so she basically says, like, you know, how much in trouble are we? Like, why haven't you told anyone what is going on? And then he told her, she was like, how much do you need? And then when he said 55,000, baby, ooh, she almost choked. She almost lost her life right there. But we see that she ends up telling her mom that she needs to get her 20 bands back because, you know, they should have already secured the loan by now. I don't know what they're doing. Probably stealing some of this money in the first place. And so she basically, because Raggedy Mom was waiting for her on the porch. She's like, I'll wait for you at the door. She waiting for her to come up. And then essentially she asked her for the money. And then I don't know what's going to happen between them. But I'm pretty sure her mama ain't got that money. But we do learn a little bit more from Autumn. So Autumn being all nosy and stuff, trying to look and see what's happening when they got Corbin Raggedy behind up in the room. Diamond like, mind your business and focus. And I was like, thank you. Then she gonna try to get lippy with Cliff. And then he talked about, well, baby, you ain't got no identity. I need your ID or you can't work here no more. So I was trying to figure out what she was running from because she on the phone with the lady, like checking names, see if people's bodies have been found. I guess she found IDs of different people while she was in Louisiana. She was calling the FEMA office, so I'm assuming she's from New Orleans. But yeah, I was like, girl, what are you running from? What is your real name? I was just so confused. But then she asked for a Montavious Hill. And we saw when her phone came back to life in the episode, we see that she saw the pictures of the baby again, but then we see a picture of her, the baby, and the dude, which is, I'm assuming the baby daddy and the dude was beating her behind. And I'm assuming, I don't know if that's Montavious. Was Montavious the baby's name? I don't know, but I'm really concerned at this point in time. But we get to the car wash because they doing this car wash. I like when Mississippi was like, all the proceeds of the car wash go to a beach pockets. I was like, girl, you better tell them where this money going to. But I was very shocked to see that Isaiah Washington is playing the mayor of the city. So basically, he was threatening him. They going back and forth and stuff. And so he was like, can I get a detail on my car? And so he tells Mercedes and Autumn to go wash the car. Autumn starts having this panic attack because I don't know if she was in a car and it was in the water. She almost died. We're kind of getting back and forth these flashbacks of what happened in her past. She starts freaking out, having a panic attack. She cried out the roof of the sunroof mirror. water done got into the Escalade at this point. I was like, oh, dang, Cliff would be so mad. And so then she tried to accuse Mercedes of locking her in the car. And then Mississippi like, girl, it was a child lock on the car. Like, what is wrong with you? Everybody trying to figure out. She's like, I'm fine, I'm fine. Girl, no, you're not fine. You're not okay. What is happening right now? And so her storyline really relates into this episode title of Scars, right? We see the scars between Mercedes and the scars between, you know, her mother, that this horrible life that she had, how her mother treated her, and kind of how she fakes it for the church. These scars of what is happening with Autumn, Lakeisha, because Lakeisha Savage, she got $9,000 to transfer to her account of Autumn, whatever the heck, Haley, whatever that girl's real name is. We see the scars of her past and her almost dying, being abused, having to leave her child behind. I don't know if her child is alive or dead, or she had to just run away to save herself. You kind of see all of these scars coming out and really getting to learn a little bit more about all of these different characters. But we do end up meeting Andre again, and we understand the significance of meeting Corbin at the beginning of the episode. So Andre is a part of real estate. He's an attorney, and essentially he's on assignment because he's trying to make a big commission. He's trying to sell the land in order to get a casino built. I'm assuming that's why they're wanting this, they're wanting the Pink to foreclose and to be able to buy up the land in order to make a special bid and make a couple $1 million. And so these two guys that he's been dealing with are the brothers of Corbin, where we learn more about him being mixed and how they have the same father, different mothers, and things like that. But Corbin has a different idea and plan. Corbin wants to establish generational wealth because it's something that was never afforded to him until his father's death, when they wanted to actually acknowledge who he was, because they can't do business without their brother at this point in time. And so he wants to actually lease the land, so he's getting paid monthly. And not just a one-time lump sum, which is going to be taxed very heavily, where he's only going to end up walking out with $1 million, which I thought was a pretty dang on good idea. So we see that Autumn, Lakeisha, Haley, whatever her name is being very nosy, and she ends up going in there talking about, hey, Andre, Corbin look like I actually know you. And then Mercedes come popping in, thinking that she finna do something, and then he gonna tell her, well, I want my light liquor. I want some light liquor today. I said, ooh. I was like, oh, y'all so shady. These little colors and little undertones over here. I was just like, whatever, y'all. I'm just gonna keep on going with it. But Andre is trying to get Corbin to follow with the original idea, because it's just a quick payout for him, but he tells him this bigger plan. He tries to bribe him. He's not happy with that. Andre's like, I'm an upstanding guy. I said, but we in the strip club right now. Clearly he was feeling the cannabis butter that Lil Murda put into all of the wings, because he wasn't feeling like himself, taking his lap dance from Haley, Lakeisha, Autumn, whatever her name is at this point in time. And so she basically ends up taking him to the little champagne room, because Corbin gave him like some extra cash. Like he was like, take care of my man, take him to the room and stuff like that. And so she starts dancing and stuff, and then he sees her scar of the C-section, which lets her know that she has a child. And then he shows her his scar. You know, he talks about how he was born with his heart outside of his chest, and he had that surgery when he was very young, tying back into this scars theme. But then Autumn, Haley, Lakeisha starts giving him advice on how to make a double shell corporation in order to protect himself in case anything goes awry with the deal that Corbin tried to make with him, kind of trying to pay him off. And so I'm just like, girl, where do you know all this information from? I'm trying to figure out, because you done had the Louboutins, the YSL back. I know you know something a little bit more than what you're leading us on to do. But yeah, I still thought that Autumn was really rude, though, when she tried to flaunt the extra money that she had with the tip out. Even Cliff was like, well, you need to lie next time. But then she ends up telling him information about Andre, which gets Cliff interested. And basically Cliff holds her ID ransom, so she would have to come back and spill more tea. So she's going to have to do a little bit more digging. And she did, oh, baby, she did a little bit more digging, okay, into Andre. And so I'm going to go back and say I thought it was really rude how she treated Mercedes after Mercedes took her home after her panic attack. I just thought that was really disrespectful and rude. But I'm sure once I figure out what's going on in her past life, I'm going to let it all go, and that she's just going through a rough time. All right, I just wanted to make sure that I got that off my chest, because it did make me a little bit upset. So essentially she ends up calling Andre, okay? Andre on the phone with his wife, talking to his wife and stuff. Then he gets a call from her. She trying to talk all cute and stuff. He get off the phone with his wife. They start having phone sex and stuff start getting serious, and we get some more male frontal nudity because it's what we deserve. We deserve equality, okay? But they like got real into it, him jacking off and stuff. I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't even feel right watching this no more. But I still watched the whole scene. Yeah, I didn't turn away. I wanted to in my heart, but my flesh wouldn't let me do that. But we end up seeing that in the clips for next week's episode, we're going to see her digging a little bit more into Andre. Obviously, they're going to probably end up smashing because, you know, Uncle Cliff was like, you can use whatever sets of lips you can to get the tea that I need. And I was just like, wow, you just don't care. Then Cliff started calling her 25 or 24 Savage. I was just because like Lisa Savage, that was the ID that she was using. But they got me on board between the equality with the male frontal nudity, the storylines, getting to learn more about these characters, more about Mercedes Raggedy Mama. We see all the scars that these people have, even with Mercedes, Mercedes and her mother, but also too in Mississippi. I'm just interested to see where we are going to go from here, but I have to say they have me hooked already. I really hope that they keep this up. I think they've been doing a fantastic job for these past 2 episodes, keeping everything interesting, not trying to be too outlandish and then do so much to push the envelope that you lose the story in the process. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on P-Valley Season 1, Episode 2, Scars. As always, my name is Sharona from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye.